Hi everyone, Day here and welcome back to the greatest turning Chronicles Let's Play. I almost forgot the name of the game, oh my gosh. But thanks for returning. We're gonna hop into it. I hope you guys are fine and doing well. I just finished taking care of what I had to take care of from the last video, so it's not really too much of a difference on my end just yet. I'm still in the process of, well, I'm going to continue the process of moving later on. I just wanted to play some video games, right? Like, I wanted to relax, take my mind off of the inevitable, and just record for you guys. So that's what I'm doing, and we're gonna hop into it. No! Order!
Hold it!
But. Actually, let me save. I did not save, and if anything goes wrong, that would be bad that I didn't save. I want to save at number 7. So, hopefully this doesn't end badly for me. But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found his way to that one particular spot in the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. After I play this, I'm going to want to watch somebody else play this and see their thought processes on how all this is going, because this is getting ridiculous. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? How absolutely convenient. But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the 2 seats, Mr. First? Okay. Yeah, that blood was not there before. I refuse to believe it. It was a planted stain sometime afterwards, most likely during the smoke bomb confusion. 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No! But it can't be. It's all lies!
Hold it!
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
The fact that none of this existed earlier. Like, because, I mean, if it existed earlier, I would feel like this verdict that I'm guessing they're about to, like, all say McGilda's innocent. I would feel like this would be... I don't even know where I was going with that. But it's like, come on. That evidence could not have been there. I have not watched my old videos, but I'm pretty certain that blood stain on the ground at least wasn't there. I can't speak for the skylight's blood stain, but it's the same colored red as the blood stain on the floor. The blood stain on the couch is a dark red, which I guess is to, like, allow the person playing the game to, well, blood dries and gets dark. So, therefore, it's not really just because I'm playing the game, but it is also helpful to show, like, hey, this is an older blood stain in comparison to what's on the ground and to what's on the skylight. I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in his courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I don't know what she's writing, but she's gone.
I won't tolerate any of the goods catches being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who made McGilded Park who gave us a delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On 3 then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
I'm like, not McGilded. Von Ziegs isn't gonna say anything?
Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded.
He's called it a chilling performance. Holy cow. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Von Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? It didn't exist before. For an extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. Of course it didn't. This is... What are you talking about? It's there for all to see. And it's clearly blood. His first trial of fabricated evidence. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. So we're gonna take Von Zeeks at his word? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I 1000% agree with what he just said, but it's just kind of like, does he have evidence that backs up the fact that there was no blood inside of the omnibus? But
Are you suggesting, Lord Von Zeeks, that the stain of blood was...
fabricated, my lord. Yes, and while this court has been in session in this, he's gonna hurt his back. He's gonna do the angle on himself. What a palaver. I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standard, Lord Von Zeeks. You guys must have been going at it for years, but I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I would fight you to the bitter end. I don't know. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance at court as the accused. However, oh, so he came back for this, didn't he? Holy cow, he came back to go against Mr. McGilded. He said that this is your first time in court as the accused. He's probably been waiting for this for years. Is McGilded someone he's been like chasing after for a long time? However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. Oh. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. So why would he get his hands dirty in such a small space? That makes no sense. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Wow, okay. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? It's a long story, boy. One that spans hundreds of thousands of years. When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. I love the way that Ryunosuke was like, what do you mean? And he's like... Normally that just literally leads into the thought process of, it's a long, long tale. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses, none of it is out of his abilities. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut, Lord Von Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Well, listen, Consul. Oh, no! I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? He's literally Mattengard. But if used, would it all cast your minds back? Is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? Yeah, except for... It could be in the courtroom, but it doesn't mean that no one touched it. How could anyone possibly have put a smell blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? The world and his wife? Isn't that right, Counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session. My learned friend, please don't disappoint me. Here's to hear your opinion on this matter, in your own words. Are you someone I could trust hereby in the future? Is London's future in capable hands? As you wish. This is... wow. Ryunosuke is going through the ringer. Talk about a very hard case. Could someone have tempered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible. The smoke. There was that time frame. It doesn't matter if it happened or not. It was a time in which it could have happened. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. Yes, honesty and integrity. Don't let it die. I mean, honestly, it feels like it's practically dead in this day and age already. Keep it alive. There's no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. Now you're saying, Ryunosuke? However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh.
Good gracious! Explain yourself, Consul.
Oh. I would be more than glad to. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit? In my courtroom?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yes, I do remember that. And his hands are like behind his back as if he's handcuffed. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff!
Don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom.
The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Yeah, it was definitely possible, but is Gina before I get to that, which is hilarious to me, but is Gina an accomplice? I don't know. She was the one that threw the smoke grenade, correct? So she opened that opportunity. She opened that door. Are you wise? What are you trying to bully, you rotten, feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. There's a wicked plot. There's a plot to remind me, so it is...
Objection!
Objection? Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Yeah, to the omnibus. I didn't even think about it like in that context. That's literally the only... Well, I mean, honestly, everything happened on the omnibus in the first place, so it stands to reason that that would be true.
Inconsistencies such as...
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. I remember there being stuff in there, and they still have not shown that. Like, I would actually have to go back and watch my previous videos in order to see stuff in this trunk. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smell of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Von Zieks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty.
Why didn't we take photographic prints of the omnibus, Von Zieks, before the trial started? Like, the only photographic print you got was of the victim. You should have also took pictures all around the omnibus, and guess what? This would not even be a thing. Wait, did I read this already?
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Take pictures next time, Von Zieks. Take pictures. I honestly take pictures of everything, especially when it concerns my work and my hours and stuff. I take screenshots or I take pictures. I don't want to have any issues down the line. And if I do have issues, I have my proof.
Indeed, my lord.
No doubt, there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? I will go with I have an inkling, but my lord.
Yes, Consul.
There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial.
What?
What in the devil's name are you gonna say now? I'm not sure what you're trying to cause me, my man. If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd better start watching your back or something. I didn't press it, it happened automatically.
Silence, McGilded. This is the turning point for that dear man over there. He is going to become the future, that which we should all head towards. The court erased the defense's clarification. It seems as if he has a head on his shoulders.
Urgh. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I thought he was going to say more.
I should have to ask you to elaborate, Consul. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
I'm going to have to point at the blood. That's... Oh, my bad. That's blood, isn't it? Well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Von Zieks has made no mention of it. Yeah, I pressed the wrong thing. Why do I have such a bad feeling about it? I thought I read this already, but it won't let me start it. If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good lord!
What's he gonna say? What are you gonna say, Judge?
Yes, I do believe you're correct, Consul.
They went too far with forging evidence. I'm like, no. Like, that caught my eye when they opened the bus door and I saw red. I'm like, wait a second. Don't remember that.
Well said. I approve. Gold star for you, Ryunosuke. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. Good for me, but bad for you.
Come on, Ryunosuke. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, unlawfully fabricated. For someone who didn't he studied the rest of the voyage. But man, he is amazing. Like, I mean, if I just studied like that and didn't actually have hands-on experience, but I mean, he had that first case, right? But I mean, like, hands-on experience, like, a lot of trial and error. This is his second court appearance. Sure, he solved the last case too, but this is his second court appearance. And he's just like brimming with energy. The gallery is full. You have the jury. You have witness testimony. Like he's keeping it together in the face of all of this. And that's remarkable. I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Wow. He stunned and silenced the whole court. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded, is he about to do a turn? Is he already about to do a turn? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. Oh. I don't know why, but he scared me. It's over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what do people think they saw? This all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there. No. Well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been. Very long. Definitely drawn out. That good-for-nothing Ripper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zieks. Well, my lord, that is indeed a scary face he's making, like shoes. I don't know if he did it, but freak, someone fabricated this evidence. Could have been Gina Olive on her own. No, he sounds guilty. I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. Look at the color difference. That's what I did. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove his alleged previous non-existence. He's speaking about like analyzing the blood, isn't he? Like it may not even be twice fired Mason's blood at all. I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Oh, now he wants to end it. Let alone for all that, the wishy-washiness of the dang jury or the witnesses not knowing what's going on. This is what gets his goat. Your lordship can't be serious. I mean, this is good for us. Lord Von Zieks, what is your position? Oh my... This game is so good. Like, it's literally like... It feels like Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations or something like that. Like, later Ace Attorney games and not like the first Ace Attorney game. Which technically in chronological order, that's what this is. The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Oh my. So we really are near the end. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter. Even though he literally almost had a nervous breakdown. Because we don't have evidence. He's gonna get off? I shall proceed to my education. Adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. Is there any way I can refute this? Like, I do not want... Okay, so basically Mattengard got sentenced to prison. This feels like Guy is about to get off. Which is not what I want. Because it's like... I'm not 100% certain, but I'm a good 85% certain that this guy is guilty. However, as far as how or why he did it, a motive. I mean, I guess maybe the guy didn't pay him back or something like that, but it's a lot surrounding this case. Like, we're not getting the finality that I want. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? I can understand my thinking it, but man, Ryunosuke is thinking about this too. So yeah, I'm fairly certain this guy is not he is not innocent. Why did we do this? Why did we come here? What was the name of the guy that sent us on this wild goose chase? Strongheart, what were you thinking? Are they in cahoots? I've been using that word a lot, but is male Strongheart and McGilded in cahoots? Because, I mean, you gotta remember, McGilded has a lot of money, right? And the fact that Strongheart just thrust us into this, I will say that Strongheart either wanted McGilded to get a guilty verdict once he realized that we had, like, very little experience. And, like, maybe he wanted him removed. Okay, I'm thinking too hard into this now. I'm thinking way too hard into this. But I don't know. It just seems like if McGilded walks out of these doors, he's eventually going to come back into play, right? He has to. He's not innocent here. And Doggone Von Zeeks just said that he is like, he has a lot of dealings with the underbelly and all that kind of stuff. So therefore it's kind of like he most likely might make a reappearance later, I would assume. Now I kind of want to look at the box art again. Is the box art going to be telling? I don't know. Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now? With all of these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes what happens if I choose this? What happens if I choose this as an answer? Oh my gosh. I want to choose it so badly. I mean, we're not saying he is guilty, right? We're saying that the possibility is open. I'm going with it. That's how I feel. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What are you saying, man?
I feel like he broke court procedure in saying it like that. I feel like he might as well have said, "Are you damaged in the noggin?" Like, that's how broken this sentence is. He didn't say like it's just the terminology he's using is just like very formal all of a sudden. It's like he did not expect Ryunosuke to say that at all.
What are you saying, man?
Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. But on the vice versa, however, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Oh, that is beautifully said. That is awesome.
Good gracious me! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, Consul.
He caught a man earlier.
A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question? Are you out of your mind?
Or are you of sound mind? Same difference, really. He is snapping. Okay, not really. I didn't expect the laugh animation to stop. Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. Yeah. What? Is he about to have Gina smoke grenade this place again? I must... Oh, his eye is looking a little more wicked than normal. I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still, here, have this for your troubles. Ah, your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so ye have. What do you mean? Stop him! He's about to try to escape. Gina, you better freaking not. 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it before, the trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. I really don't know what to make of all this. We are already hitting top tier. Good versus evil. Well, the gray areas of the law. But in London. And that makes more sense if you really think about it, that this is all taking place in London. Because remember that Japan's legal system was all sorts of screwed up with Phoenix having to fix it. So, therefore, Ryunosuke did not fix Japan's legal system. However, he might fix London's legal system. And so, progressing as a defense attorney, this is really something. Like, everyone's confused.
Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of properly, as I said. Juror number 4 has been writing this whole time. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You were, mark my words. No comment. I felt terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely part. She's still saying he's innocent.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial.
He's still going to end it.
Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Let's not forget about the truth. Wow.
Lord Von Zieks.
My lord. Von Zieks is kind of with it already. He already knows what goes on here.
The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple.
They should have took photos. Oh, the fact that they didn't take okay. Oh, that makes me mad. The photographic print exists. The only photographic print they took a picture of was of the victim. Why not take a picture of the whole entire omnibus? Oh, that ruffles my jimmies, man.
If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
He literally said to defend, guard the omnibus. You just said to get everyone out of the court. That's so messed up. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Von Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured. Even now, it continues to be that way. Yes, I just said that. He tried. He did try. It was the judge who was like, no, let's just push everybody out of here. Let's just get the people out.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair. Ryunosuke, the world is not fair. My poor young child.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What? Wow, this is probably better than what he was expecting. Well, Lord Van Ziegs, it's been a pleasure. So it has. And I can guarantee you'll never see me in court ever again. Shoes. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of my time?
I mean, there is gonna be a verdict. However, that verdict is more so a waste of all. You guys were wishy-washy anyway. If it was me, I would have just scrapped all of your decision makings anyway. 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Don't mind if we do. Oh, and there's a whole nother game. I love it. I love it. There's just so much Ace Attorney that I have not seen.
Magnus McGilded.
Oh, good grief! You've more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning, if you shall. This is far from over.
Oh, he's gonna come back? Is he gonna come back? No, he can't come back. We're gonna definitely know he's guilty. Like, if he comes back, it would have to be like as a twist character. Like, he did it, but we're like going through the whole trial with somebody else, and then it's like, but no, McGill did, and then we pull him out like that, and then we pull him to the trial stand again or something like that. It just wouldn't flow the same, like how this trial was like. Wait a second, dude truly probably killed him. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I don't like this guy. I never did. I hereby pronounce the
defendant, Miss Magnus McGilded.
That stings. It stings to see that. No one is happy. Did you see Von Zeeks? Did you see how he was kind of like bowed over a little bit? Wow.
I can't believe it.
This is an outrage. He should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. With the courtroom in pandemonium, for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. That's ostensibly a victory for us. That's wow. But is it really? 18th February, 5:14 p.m. The Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. That certainly was a long trial. Yes it was. I remember why this whole trial started, though. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. Like, I have not finished Miles Edgeworth Investigations 2. I'm like I'll say I might be on the third case in that game too. And the reason I never finished it is because just having cases, I'm a little weird, but it's just nice to have like fresh cases. And I think in my mind, like, wow, there are cases I haven't finished because it's taking so long for a new game to even come out on the horizon. I'm super glad we have this. Don't get me wrong, but where is another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game? We need it, but we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, we don't. We don't know why he got killed. We don't know how he got killed. We don't know for sure. Like, Gina could have truly did it. We have no idea. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. Exonerates. We carry out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. I knew it was him. They are in cahoots, aren't they? They had to be. Not like I don't really have proof of that, but they have to be in cahoots. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl is with him too. So she pickpockets for his organization, is what I'm guessing. She works for him. She has to, which means that she may not have even been seated and like inside of that cabin at all. I don't even know what to believe. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. What? He's laughing a little too much for me. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you seeing, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. Is he coming out and calling him out for it? This is too much. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you hit me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. What? Ha ha! 'Tis water under the bridge. I have no idea. I'm giving him so many different sounds. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. Susato is still stuck in traditional values. Ryunosuke is over here like, this does not feel right. And Susato is like, you did what you had to do. You followed the guidebook to a T. That's all that matters. He's free. No, Susato. We will get you to join us. I don't hate you like I did when you first accused Ryunosuke, but there is still some growth for you too, my dear friend. But nothing's resolved. I feel so empty and hollow after this case. Like, at least with the Mattengard case, when it came to, when we got the information that sure he hired an assassin, he still got declared guilty. So it was a nice resolved end. However, in this instance, we're talking to the guy. He's not in handcuffs. He's not going to be escorted to the detention center or to prison or to anything like that. So it's kind of a empty feeling. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh, they've all seen that I didn't do that odious and obstinate deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand, so that any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. You have Scotland Yard. Is this why there's only that one photo? This is why there's only one photo, isn't it? This is why there's only one photo, and it didn't even dawn on me. Like, this dude can pay off everybody. Oh, jeez. It's not that fun. It's funny to him because he has everyone in his pocket. Like, that's why he's laughing like that. He's laughing because everyone is wanting to do his bidding because he's paying them. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Oh, be whist. You're humble people, are you? You from the East? Because I guarantee you that everybody over here in the West is accepting all the payment that they can accept from me. Well, if you're deceased... Look at that face. Take the money, Ryunosuke. But have this still and all, you deserve a reward.
Mr. Magnus McGildet! Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? That's sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Double Jeopardy doesn't exist quite yet, does it? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing me best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I'd hope ye have a well of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. Maybe he's not working with a Chief Justice. And there he goes, a free man. I wonder if Double Jeopardy exists here. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry. And I ate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Oh.
Naughty, naughty, running off like that.
Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl? I remember seeing her in a Nintendo Power for the book. I want to say her name's Watson. Like, she's the Watson of this game. And this was a long time ago. Like, this is way before translation. This is way before the Japanese even played the first game. So, I couldn't even tell you what year that was. It may not have been a Nintendo Power. Maybe it was a, I don't know. I definitely remember reading about, it was Sherlock Holmes at the time and about Watson.
And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Oh, she's an inventor. She supposedly made this.
Ha!
Oh.
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
Urgh. Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, no more smoke grenades, sod door. Don't you agree? White and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty colour, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all?
I just took my eyes off of it for a moment whilst I was changing it onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
A what's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Basically a tracking device, Ryunosuke.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, good. See, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yes, you're right, but where to?
Oh, we haven't...
We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner have we arrived in London that we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
Keep your youthfulness, Sasato. Before long, you're old. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London might, London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, it doesn't sound agreeable.
Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or a mansion. Pride, Ryanosuke, pride. Sometimes you should swallow it. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Okay. This episode went a little long. If I had played a little bit more with the other one. Wait a second, what?
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there. Oh. This can't be.
Oh, that is a fine animation. Who was in there? The Realm of the Reaper awarded. Who just died? Because no one got water, so I'm guessing whoever was in there is gone. Or they're going to try to say McGilded was in there. I highly doubt that. Even if they say that, I highly doubt that. So who would be inside the omnibus? It wasn't so... It was already a crazy enough ending. And they went and was like, how could we actually, like, up the fact that, you know, the defendant didn't get declared guilty, even though it seems like he is guilty. Aha! We got just the thing. Like, that was literally a one-up for no reason. Like, oh my gosh. Because I know McGilded went back in there. Even he was shocked, though. He was shocked that they were calling him in there that early. And then the inspector said no one should have been in here. So did that one guy, what is going on here? Did someone practically kill McGilded? Because now under those conditions, I could kind of believe that. Because McGilded didn't seem as if he knew what was going on. So maybe someone just murdered him. I don't know. Man, I've been having a whole bunch of theorizing going on right now. But it's like, I don't know. Someone's working with somebody, and it's like, I don't know how the pieces align together. I really don't. But another trial rather, is finished. We've made it to the end. Whether we agree with the verdict or not, we made it. We have gotten this far. I want to thank you guys for watching this chunky episode. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you have a great and wonderful day. I am probably going to ponder on this particular trial for a bit. Like, this is the sort of thing you definitely will pull out a beer for. And just think about life choices, because I have no idea where anything is heading or anything. But anyways, thanks again for watching. And until next time, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Bye.